Okay, welcome to 2K25 one more. Today I'm doing one last rebuild slash franchise before NBA 2K25 is over and NBA 2K26 comes out. Now, if you pre-order the game, the early access date is the 29th of August, which is in like 3 days from now. I did not do that, so I wouldn't be able to play the game till like the 4th or 5th of September, which is fine. Um, Ultimately, I don't really know when I'm going to be getting the game, or really if I'm getting the game. I probably will. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm doing my last rebuild with updated rosters, or at least presumably close enough to updated rosters. And I'm just going to quickly, before I do that, just look over some of the 2K stuff that I'm ending the year on. Obviously, I probably could have got some better cards, but I had some fun this year using these cards. I really, really liked this Zach Randolph card. Coach Steph Curry, I was never that great with, but decent card nonetheless. This Michael Red, I had a lot of fun with. I completed a lot of challenges with Jalen Green. This Michael Red card, I enjoyed. Uh, I didn't get this Giannis till later, but I enjoyed my other Giannis for a while. But I had some good fun with that. Oh, and the Pascal Siakam card was pretty cool too. But I mean, if I'm gonna end the year,
Steals, MVP.
I don't know what they're talking about. But if I'm gonna end the year, I'm gonna do my favorite team. I'm gonna do the Milwaukee Bucks. I was thinking about also doing a Pacers franchise, like doing a uh rebuilding the Pacers without Miles Turner. But truth to be told, that's just doing a normal NBA 2K26 rebuild when the next game comes out. I'm not gonna really bother doing both of them. I started up a Bucks franchise just to make sure I could find the pretty good updated rosters. I think I found good enough ones, and I'm gonna run with that. It is going to be starting back in last season, so that way we can officially do a rebuild. I was thinking about putting like a Click Productions type spin on it, where the goal was going to be like to do like a Giannis career sim and see how many championships we can win in Milwaukee. Um, I might consider doing that, but that also means playing like 10 years of franchise mode, and it just depends on how much time I have right now, because I have some other things on my schedule. So these are the franchises that I have or haven't gotten rid of yet. I'm just gonna look over things I ended the year with. I did what I did every year. I rebuilded all the actual teams, and I did all the relocation expansion teams. Did all that. The only like 2 years in recent history, and when I say recent history, I'm talking about probably like within the last decade, that I didn't rebuild every team in 2K and do as many either relocations or expansion teams as possible, is NBA 2K21 and 22. Just because when I was in college those 2 years, I never actually owned those games. I just kind of played them for fun. But here was a random Pacers franchise I did at some point where I tried to rebuild the. Ooh, I drafted Kobe. Interesting. How is this team not a championship team? Anyway, oh, they lost to Philly. Who was on Philly? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Shaq will do that. 33 points per game, 16 rebounds. Yeah, Jesus. All right, anyway. Worry about that later when we get to it. Honestly, though, this might seem weird, but if Shaq can do all that back in like an older 2K sim, what's the odds I take like that version of a Philly playbook and do that with Giannis in a Bucks franchise? And it probably doesn't work like that, but I'm gonna give that a shot because now I'm kind of curious. Um, what playbook would they be running? It might be pretty obvious, but I wanna see if I can figure it out real quick. Because I'm gonna try to run that with Giannis, so he doesn't have to shoot many threes. And ultimately, if we're running multiple seasons anyway, he could play center. But I mean, we have Miles Turner, so maybe he shouldn't be playing center. Yeah, you know, what? Scratch every idea I was about to just have evolving that, evolving,
MVP
revolving,
of the game.
involving. Yes, involving. Pacers franchise, we'll get rid of that. We looked at my team for a second because I was curious. These I did back in June. This I did the day after the day in June. What was this? Uh, oh, okay. So this was yeah. So this was a challenge I was doing where I was trying to rebuild different relocation teams around a quote unquote new star player, and then trying to see which one of them would have the best development. So I tried to rebuild a team, obviously, with, for example, Josh Giddey. I made him the best player. Everyone below him was lower overall, but try to be someone who could complement his game style. So Josh Giddey being someone who is a good playmaker and also a decent enough scorer. We complemented him with shooting, some decent defense at the 2, Aaron Gordon a stretch 4, a just decent, well-rounded 5 who could play some good interior defense. And then when we did the Cincinnati Royals, for example, we put a bunch of defensive players around Jabari Smith Jr. Meanwhile, other ones like Brandon Ingram had other complementary players, etc., etc. Like Zubac was given Denny Adviha and Drew Holiday and Trey Murphy. So that's an interesting team right here. That's actually a playoff team potentially. Built a team around Jalen Green. I just kind of wanted to see how players would develop if they had like their own teams to like see how good they would get. And if I remember correctly, most of them did become pretty good when you made them the first option. Yeah, when you made most of them the first option and kind of let them, take the keys to a team, they become good players. I mean, that's probably not that surprising. That's why you get a lot of most improved players, guys who get bigger roles, bigger situations, and then they become better players. One recent history example of that a lot of people, at least back when it happened, me and my friends were talking about when CJ McCollum was a potential most improved player. The year that he went from being off the bench to being Damian Lillard's second in Portland. But it was like he went from playing, I want to say maybe 17 minutes a game to playing like 33 or something. It's like you'd imagine he'd get better. You'd imagine, but I mean, obviously it's what happened. I did a Clippers franchise and I sucked, I guess. Okay, no, it's second seed. Okay, we lost to Victor. All right, fair enough. And then Victor wins the championship. A team of Steph Curry, Chris Paul, Julius Randle, Malcolm Brogdon. Yeah, I mean, the team's good. Oh, young Bam Adebayo. Okay, I think this might be Curry era. Interesting. Team loses to. Wait, that wouldn't be Victor then. Oh, the Kawhi Spurs. Okay. Yeah, no, that Kawhi Spurs is pretty damn good. That'd be a weird idea in my Bucks franchise. Go get Damian Lillard.
Team ball.
Like I like the Pacers, but if we wanted to troll, we could go get Kawhi Leonard and then go beat Siakam and the Pacers. When we already have Miles Turner, we kind of already have that little tidbit thing going. My next franchise was this interesting? Did I win? I don't know if I won. A team of Paul George, Kemba Walker, Stoudemire, Andre Drummond, Damian Lillard. Damn. Vooch, Giannis, Greg Oden, Dante Exum. This team is pretty deep, actually. Let me see. Did it say we were champions? This is a really good-looking team. Did we win the championship in this? NBA champion. Yep, 2013, 2014. It has to be because Paul George didn't win a championship in 2013, 2014. Okay, so this was a franchise where I won 2 championships for the Knicks. Cool. And it was in. Is that the LeBron era? I'm assuming.
Team ball, great defense.
Looks like the LeBron era. I don't need that. This was a my player that I never did much of. I actually had one at the beginning of the year that I did a decent amount. I'm pretty sure I got up to like an 80 overall or something. I didn't really like maxing out the character. I kind of liked the grind, but at the same time, it took too long, so I ended up just not doing it anymore. Oh, hold on. Jesus. Whoa, hold on. Stop the music. What the heck? That's so loud and annoying. Okay, so build around Anthony Davis, give him Andre Drummond, sure. Put De'Aaron Fox at the 2, put Malcolm Brogdon at the 3, Buddy Hield, Darren Collison, young Zubac. Okay, another older franchise. Cool. Derek White too, and young Duncan Robinson. That's cool. This team was a first seed and we just never simmed it. All right, we'll sim it now then. Aww. Yeah, fair enough. Still haven't gone to that Milwaukee Bucks rebuild yet. We'll get there. Slowly but surely. Oh, if it's going to be your last franchise, may as well just quickly go through the ones you did before, Apparently I liked doing the 76ers, I guess. Piston. Ooh, I won a championship with the Piston. What's this roster look like? Cade, injured Devin Booker, Jared McCain, my franchise sweetheart, Jared McCain, always develops pretty well for me. Denny Adviha at the 4, Duran at the 5. Backup 3 was Tari Eason. Backup 4, Jerace Walker, Marcus Sasser. Yeah, no, this is pretty decent. Bryce Sensabaugh here. Ben Shepherd. I love Ben Shepherd. Ben Simmons, TJ McConnell. Yeah, I mean, that's a good team. Anthony Edwards is crazy good in the sim too. There's a lot of like guys in the sim who are crazy good, like Luka, Jokic. Hopefully Giannis could be our really good in the sim player. Okay, so we have what, three more to go through. Are these not the same franchise? They were done on the same day. Yeah, I'm gonna assume they were the same franchise. I don't know why I would restart, but sure. Allen Iverson, Jermaine O'Neal, Carmelo Anthony at the 2, Rashard Lewis, Chris Kaman, Gerald Wallace, Kirk Tinsley, sure, Derek Fisher, Wesley Person, young Dwight Howard, Reggie Evans. This is young Josh Smith. This is an interesting team. Winning the championship in 04-05. Okay, so we won the championship with this team because Iverson didn't win a championship with the 96ers those years. 5 rebounds a game. Wait, did Iverson really have a year where he got... What year do you start in? I do not remember. Iverson had a year where he got 9 rebounds a game? No, that can't be right. Maybe that wasn't. That had to be in the franchise. A little shout out to Tyronn Lue for a second. But in this universe, you draft Melo. Melo was pretty cool. Good scorer at the 2. Backed by Kirk Tinsley and Wesley Person. We got Gerald Wallace backing up Rashard Lewis. I vaguely remember this franchise. Mostly because of Jermaine O'Neal and Rashard Lewis. A crap ton of 4s. A young Dwight Howard. That's a cool team. I'm guessing this one was the save from... I'm guessing this one was the save from the off season, and maybe this was the one in the playoffs. I'm guessing. Oh, nah, maybe not. I guess I decided to make a separate. Oh, because this is what the team started as. Okay, so we rebuilt that 76er team and then just made another save for whatever purpose. All right, one more franchise to check out, and then we'll get to that Bucks franchise, which is going to conclude me playing 2K25 for the year. Maybe I'll just try. Maybe I'll do it like a 5-year rebuild or something. That's not the one I was trying to look at. I actually do remember which Timberwolves franchise that is, although it was a while back ago. Because I only did like 2 Timberwolves franchises in terms of like historic ones. This one was back in May. I'm pretty sure this was the one where I drafted LeBron. And I made like a crazy cool team. Oh, wait, no, never mind. I drafted Kyrie Irving. Okay. Kyrie Irving and AD. So I remember I kept Kevin Love. We at some point got Luol Deng, got Mo Buckets, J.R. Smith, J.J. Redick, young Rudy Gobert, O.J. Mayo, a young rookie center at some point, Kirilenko, Andre Roberson, T.J. Warren. Yeah, this is a deep team. I like this. We drafted Kyrie Irving in this scenario. We drafted AD in this scenario. Kevin Love was just our little... Yeah, I remember the first year we were trying to tank for Kyrie, and Kevin Love putting up a 22, 18, and crazy stat line year. We ended up getting Luol Deng to help make the team more even. And then we just got a bunch of support players in the draft. That was a cool franchise. There was another Timberwolves franchise. That's why there was 2. There was one where I got LeBron. There's one where I did the KG Timberwolves, and I got LeBron. And it was crazy. It was a crazy franchise, if I remember correctly. But anyway, I'm not too concerned about this. This can just kind of sit there. It's fine. So let's finally rebuild the Milwaukee Bucks. Okay, so the biggest concern is going to be the fact that we have literally no draft capital at all. But this looks like the right roster. Miles Turner on the 5, 3-year deal. He signed a 3-year? Yeah, I think it was 3 or 4, whatever. Giannis will obviously pay him. We're going to build around him. He's only 30 years old. Got Bobby Portis, Kuzma, I have a love-hate relationship with Kuzma. Not because not because I dislike him as a player or anything. I just feel like the trade we made for him was a bit much, and it's not like it really panned into. It didn't really pan out much, but whatever. But looking at the team, yep, they still got Tyler Smith. They did bring back Jericho Smith, Jericho Sims. What the fuck's Jericho Smith? Anyway, brought back Jericho. Oh, because I was looking at T Smith. Uh, brought back Jericho Sims. Gary Harris he's all right. You know, another guy who just plays a little defense and hits a three every once in a while. Andre Jackson Jr., a guy who keeps going down on the depth chart, who is young and a decent piece, but is what it is. Torian Prince is just a good vet. AJ Green is just a three-point shooting fanatic. Catch and shoot ace, good enough. Sounds about right. Perimeter shot creator for Ryan Rollins. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Cole Anthony, he's just more of like a ball distributor more than anything. Inside and out scoring threat, yes and no. Gary Trent Jr., shot creating three level threat. That is a lot of words, but sure. A balanced point. Yeah, Kevin Porter Jr. being a balanced point is fair. He's not a great defender, but he defends. He's not the best scorer, but he scores. Yeah, balanced point sounds about right. Perimeter defender. I kind of B plus perimeter defense. Maybe. I don't know if I agree with that, but sure. Bobby Portis is the backup 5/4, so kind of coming into backup both of these two guys interchangeably. So our front court or our big man in center position is pretty chill. Our guard tendance is not the best, and it's not like we have any draft picks or anything. Yeah, we have 2 first-round picks and we can't even trade them. And not to mention the fact that if we go look at the... Where was I going with this? Not to mention the fact that... Where was I going with this? Oh, right. Just making sure that the rosters were updated, and I think I remember I was going to go to the Mavericks and be like, hey, is there Cooper Flag? There is Cooper Flag. There he is. He looks silly, but he's there. Anywho, it's been about 20 minutes. Let's get into the rebuild. Honestly, I'm pretty sure I put the gameplay setting to All-Star because I didn't want to play on Pro. I thought it was too easy, but I also didn't really feel like playing on Hall of Fame this time. A lot of the franchises I did in the past that played on Hall of Fame, they unironically were difficult. And I was getting to a point where I wasn't having much fun playing the actual game, so I decided not to do it. From a rebuild perspective, getting a 90 overall James Harden would be interesting, but the whole point is maybe don't trade Miles Turner. In fact, Miles Turner was already one of my favorite players in the league because he was on the Indiana Pacers, drafted and played there his entire career up till now. So I really don't have any interest in losing Miles Turner. I mean, there's a world where we trade Kyle Kuzma, just get rid of a few of these guys that make maybe a little too much money, and go sign a free agent and make like a big 3. But a big 3 needs to really include a guard more than anything. I think we should use the actual draft class because this team, yeah, we'll just use the actual draft class and then we'll go draft somebody and then we'll start rebuilding for the future, as opposed to starting in the past. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make some trades. I'm just going to go get some draft picks. Anybody who I don't plan on keeping as part of the future will just be expendable. Giannis obviously stays. Bobby Portis is going to be like a later decision because I love Bobby. Don't want to lose him, but quite honestly, trading him does make some sense. Kyle Kuzma, obviously trading him makes sense. No. Oh, absolutely not. Look, Lonzo Ball would be a good addition, but the Max Strus contract isn't even like the worst of the worst, but I mean, quite honestly, it's not the worst trade, but still, I don't want it. Terry Rozier, that's not very good. I mean, Trey Mann's alright. Yusuf Nurkic, I could live with that, I guess. Mitchell Robinson as another backup center, interesting. We could trade Kyle Kuzma to the Nets and get a young Keon Johnson with some draft capital from the Rockets. That's not a terrible idea. Obi Toppin and TJ McConnell, not the worst. Going to New Orleans and getting an injured point guard in DeJounte Murray. I like DeJounte. We could probably maybe flip him at some point, but Ryan Rollins, not Ryan Reynolds, Ryan Rollins is in a is on a good contract. He's only 22 years old. I mean, getting a Sar Thompson would be cool, but we already have multiple guys who can't shoot. I don't know if I really love that idea. Freddie's pretty good, but no. Devin Vassell is cool, but also no. Jaden McDaniels is not bad. You know, getting Corey Kispert on a cheap deal with a second round pick, that's actually not at all a bad trade. The weird thing about this is we'd be sending Kyle Kuzma right back to Washington, and I know they would never take that, but ideally that's not terrible. I kind of like the idea of getting a young Keon Johnson, though. Does a little bit of everything, comes with a first round pick attached, saves us a tremendous amount of cap space. I'm gonna embark on that trade. So taking a look at our twos after making that trade, Keon Johnson right now would be the backup two. Um, hmm. Yeah, I'm fine with that. You have a 2-year deal, so you can kind of probably just stay for now. You have a player option. Gary Trent just got brought back. I don't really love the idea of losing AJ Green, but I feel like I have enough talent at the position where I don't need AJ Green. I feel like I'm just not gonna have money. I'm gonna lose him anyway. I'm kind of in the hey, if there's an opportunity to get a pick, I want it. We could send AJ Green to Atlanta for our first round pick. Like that's the kind of thing that we should be considering. Like Max Christie's cool, but what is spending $7 million a year on Max Christie gonna do for me? Jaden Springer's pretty interesting. We got a first round pick attached with a guy who makes a similar size contract, Chaz Lanier. I don't mind that. We got a guy on a multi-year deal with a first round pick attached to it. That's just more value to be had down the road. AJ Green is a decent player. He can shoot the three ball pretty well. Not to be confused with my other favorite, AJ Green, which is a receiver for the Bengals. Well, was a receiver for the Bengals. Hmm. Yeah, right now that draft capital is really important. Yeah, all these guys on player options are not gonna choose to come back. It's almost like an every time thing. If the guy has a player option, he just doesn't really have a reason to come back. The fact that Chris Livingston alone is worth the first to Atlanta is kind of funny. So I'm just gonna take it. I'm not the hugest Chris Livingston fan anyway. Not to say I don't hate him. I just not the hugest fan. They forgot to re-sign Josh Giddey or Cam Thomas. Uh, or Jonathan Kuminga. Well, screw it. Whatever. They're free agents. They can go the highest bidder, I guess. Hmm. I'm pretty sure Bogdanovich just retired recently due to injuries. I'm not gonna sign you, but just hypothetically, how much do you want if I was? I don't have that. Hmm. How much you want, Jonathan Kuminga? Yeah, everyone here is gonna want crazy amounts of money. Well, since this is fake anyway, I could just sign Bogdanovich, I guess. I'll give you a 4-year deal. In this universe, you're healthy enough to play and sign a 4-year contract. Whether in real life you are or not. Like, again, what's the point of me keeping you if you're just gonna walk out on me next year? I'm better off just going to get a draft pick and go get an expiring contract. We'll get a little bit of money, and then during the off season we can try to make some cool trades. Or, I just pair him with Boban and go get John Collins. You're on a very, very cheap deal and you come with a pick. So that's not at all a bad idea. There's also the idea that we could just go trade for value. So for an example, like Dalton Connect is like nice and cheap. So I kind of want to use Keon Johnson though. Don't use him very often. Peyton Watson could be cool as well. I just think I'm better off trying to find value in the guys I have than swapping them for nothing. I will just take this trade just because getting that pick for the future would be more valuable to me. And it's not like I need the $14 million a year Steven Adams anyway. Man, Max Strus. Of course. Max Strus. I know what I've been missing this whole time. Um, I don't really have a true small forward anymore. So maybe. Um, that 1 year deal of Cole Anthony. Maybe I'll try to keep Cole Anthony. Maybe. It was a solid maybe in that idea. Trying to build around Rudy Gobert and Giannis just sounds kind of funny. Probably not going to do it, but that'd be funny. Fred VanVleet, that would be an ideal point guard. Aaron Nesmith, I like him. Day'Ron Sharpe, we can get another center in Day'Ron Sharpe, and then we can get Zaire Williams. That's not bad. It's not like I have a small forward anyway. I could maybe build around a young Jet Howard. There's a world where I could make that work. And then Jonathan Isaac just there for the depth. That is potentially something I could do. Davion Mitchell's nice, and he's on a relatively cheap contract. Or we could just say fuck it and go get John Collins. Okay. I think I kind of like this idea of building around Jet Howard. It's not a thing I do often. In fact, I can't tell you the last time I built around Jet Howard. So guess what? There you go. And he's going to be on a team option. That's fine. You know, on second thought, I kind of already changed my mind on that. New plan. Because I already know none of these guys are going to take their player option, so what's the point? Oh, Quentin Post in a first-round pick. Kenrich Williams in a first-round pick. D'Angelo Russell. Luke Kennard in a first is a good deal. We're just constantly doing business with Atlanta. Atlanta just loves chucking picks. Just for potential ideas. But anywho. I like Jericho Sims, but what's the vision here? I'm trying to figure out what the vision here is. Like, in real life, I want to keep these guys, but in terms of the franchise, if this is going to go up a year or potentially another year, I kind of need to figure out what we're doing with everybody. Lonzo Ball. You know, maybe. Why is it so easy to get Dalton Knet? It's almost too easy to get Dalton Knet. Get a young center. Are you on like a 1 year deal or something? You must be. Okay, you are. We'll take a second round pick in Lonzo Ball. Okay, so Lonzo at the 1. Luke Kennard at the 2. Yeah, well, no. Actually, no. Johnny Uzang in a second. Isaiah Joe. Isaiah Joe's kind of nice. Underrated player for sure. Damn. A multi-year deal of Sam Merrill, I guess. Is Sam Merrill really about to potentially be my 3? That's a wild. Well, I was gonna start Jet Howard, but you know what? I think I've made enough trades. We're fine. We're absolutely fine. I'm all good. So I want to get Jet Howard some minutes. I'm actually going to start him over Andre Jackson Jr. Although I like Andre Jackson Jr., I just kind of have this feeling that Milwaukee's not really putting in the most to make him an assured part of the future, which kind of makes me feel kind of sad. Sure. You can do whatever you want. I don't care. I just don't want this to be a 1 year rebuild. what I kind of want to do is I kind of want this to be at least a 3-year rebuild. I'll make this a 3-year rebuild. That way I can use the real draft class, draft a rookie, develop him for a season or two, and wow, we're playing really good. It's almost like when we get guys who actually are going to play on the team long term, they play good. We want to mess around with shot tendencies. Like Miles Turner, if you're the second best player on this team, I can live with you having like an 85 shot tendency. You too, Lonzo. You too, Bobby. You're one of the better shooters. You may as well have a good one. You're young. Toss yours up a little bit. We signed Thomas Satoransky, sure. And we got Jet Howard. You know what, Jet Howard? When you're on the floor, no one can stop you. You get to go all in. Yeah, you can always send him back to G League. It's fine. But I want to make one big trade at least. It's only 21-3. This is my one gripe with doing NBA franchises over Madden franchises. The Madden season only has 17 games, and even if it does take a few minutes to sim, it's relatively pretty simple. You know what I'm saying? Like this kind of sucks sometimes. Just sit at a simming screen, assuming that your franchise is gonna be quick and easy. You can just do a quick little rebuild. Like, I almost don't want to just make this 1 year because that would just make it boring. But at the same time, if we're going all in, it would be interesting to win James Harden a championship. He's never won a ring before. Remember that James Harden trade I saw earlier? What if? What if James Harden was the missing piece this whole time? Oh, okay. Well, Josh Giddey and James Harden for Giannis. No. But what if there was a way? What if there was a way? Look, it's not like you're like shooting the ball amazing anyway. Would be beneficial. Of course it would. 15 points, 7 rebounds, 2 blocks. You're playing fine. You definitely are playing fine. And I love you in real life. But for the sake of this franchise, I'm going to try something. We could trade a young Jet Howard, which I'm perfectly fine with, and trade a first-round pick. We could get... I'm sorry, who? Yannick Conan Niederhauser. Who are you? First of all, that is an amazingly cool name. But also, I'm doing it. I don't care. Guess what? New guy. New man in the town. Giannis, go play the 5. Bobby, go play the 4. Giannis at the 5. Bobby Portis at the 4. I don't like our 3. I'm not a fan of it. James Harden at the 1. Hear me out. I like it. I like it a lot. Only 15 points per game, 4 rebounds, 9 assists, a steal. These splits could go up on this team. I believe on this team we can kind of revive James Harden. A 35-year-old James Harden. Yes. Shooting numbers. You're a 90 overall. Gonna put you at like a 94. Alright, I'm making win now moves. You know what? Screw the season 2 idea. I don't care anymore. I want to win year 1. Lonzo can actually stay as the backup point guard. This is perfectly fine. Tomas Satoransky, I'm not looking for you. Ryan Rollins can stay at the 2. Keon Johnson can be the backup 2. And Gary Harris can stay here for shits and giggles, I guess. I'm content with you being my starting 5 and you being a backup 5. I'm content with you being a 4. I don't really want Jonathan Isaac or Sam Murrell. So the starting 3 position needs a little work. Dalton Connect again. Interesting. Tristan Da Silva. I mean, I guess getting that Steven Adams trade would be kind of valuable because I need a backup center. Steven Adams could be that, and Tristan Da Silva could be our young small forward. That's an option. Matisse Thybulle can get a very good defensive focused forward. He could be like our PJ Tucker, so to speak. Joao Parith could be our backup center, and then we just need a power forward. So that's an option. I'm sure Sam Muriel, he's actually shooting pretty good splits. I don't think I ever expected Sam Muriel to be a big key contributor on my team. He seems to be it though. Kelly Olynyk. Bring Malcolm Brogdon back to Milwaukee. How's he playing, by the way? Yeah, Sam Muriel is not missing on the three-point line. I actually like the idea of bringing Kevon Looney. Jaden Springer. A defensive guy, does a little bit of everything. We have to give up a first-round pick to make this trade. That kind of sucks. Jaden Hardy. Jayshawn Tate. Simone Fontecchio. You know, maybe Sam Muriel just kind of chills on the team, I guess. Maybe the Sam Muriel dream just it is what it is. Unless there's a trade where I trade all three of them. There is not. Okay, I will do a second season. I'll do 2 seasons. How about that? That way I can do a rookie, and I'll just try to re-sign James Harden. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Bring in C.J. McCollum and get Justin Champagnie. Justin could be our 3. This team would be aging like crazy, but I'm not against it. I don't hate it. Curses. Walker Kessler. Walker Kessler could be the 5. George Yang shoots the 3 ball. He could be a backup 4. Who plays the 3? I don't know. I guess Sam Muriel? Huh. Oh, PJ Washington is a backup 4. And Max Christie at the 3. Trey Murphy at the 3, backed by Carlo Maktakovic. The fact that that takes 2 first-round picks is annoying. I like the idea of getting RJ Barrett. I might try to pull off an off-season RJ Barrett trade. Ever since I saw that Instagram post. Okay, who has a 1-year deal? Not including James Harden, who has a 1-year deal. I don't want to lose Keon Johnson, but I'm gonna probably lose Keon Johnson. Jericho Sims, you have a player option. You're just gonna leave me. I'll trade you now. John Wall, you just retired. Who? Drew Eubanks. I need a backup center. Backup center would be nice. I mean, you're at least on a 2-year deal. Screw it. I'll trade you for. I'll do a 1-for-1, I guess. I will just find the best 1-for-1 opportunity out there. I give you a first-round pick, so no. A small forward with a 2-year deal. Cool. All right, let's not overthink it. The answer is trade for him. Thank you. And then we'll trade. I'm going to go all out with the idea. I have a team option, Alonzo. I'm going to go all out with the idea of keeping James Harden and building around James Harden. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm kind of interested in trying it. I also kind of wish I didn't trade Miles Turner. Maybe I'll trade back for Miles Turner. I'm gonna lose Keon Johnson anyway, I think. So, oh, he's not even playing good anyway. I can didn't wait? No, never mind. I'm thinking of someone completely different. I was gonna say, didn't Milwaukee try to trade for him originally? That was 100% somebody else. But anywho, Kenny Hustle in a first, Quentin Post in a first. We'll keep our picks for now because it's not like we have many of them. We'll trade for a young point guard in a first because Atlanta keeps giving me first round picks. Um, Lonzo can just play the 3 for some reason, I guess. So sure, why not? Backup 1. Samuel. For now, I'm gonna move you to the 2. This will be the new lineup we're running. Harden, Rollins, Ball, Portis, Giannis. It's a little funky. It is a little funky. Oh well. And then next year will be our go all in year. We're gonna try to trade back for Miles Turner, and I'm gonna try to trade for R.J. Barrett. I'm gonna try to trade for R.J. Barrett because the Raptors already have like 5 wings. You have Scotty Barnes, you have Brandon Ingram. You just don't really need R.J. Barrett, so I'm gonna try to trade for Miles Turner. I'm gonna try to trade for R.J. Barrett, and then I'm gonna try to use the real draft a rookie. The draft already happened. Milwaukee didn't really get anyone interesting anyway. So, since Milwaukee didn't draft anyone interesting anyway. Oh, wait, no, this is next year's draft. What am I talking about? This is the AJ DeBonsa draft. Okay. Darren Peterson. The odds of me trading for all the guys I want and getting an interesting rookie are probably not very high. So what we'll do is we'll just draft the best backup position possible. We already have Giannis at the 5, so there's a world where we get like a center. Maybe we draft a backup center. If we're gonna trade back for Miles Turner, then Giannis will go back to the 4. Bobby Portis off the bench. We'll keep that dream alive. As for trading for R.J. Barrett, that might be a conditional thing. That might be like we'll trade for R.J. Barrett to be our 3 if we get other guy first that we want, etc. So as long as we get Miles Turner back, then we can entertain a trade for R.J. Barrett, and then maybe we can entertain trades for trading up in the draft. Does anyone want to re-sign? So yeah, I'm making this a 2-year rebuild. Lonzo Ball's already committed to the rebuild. Yeah, Lonzo Ball's committed to the idea of re-signing. About 2 years. Oh, you won't take 16 a year? Okay. Andre Jackson Jr. is committed. Cool. He wants about 8. Okay. I guess that's fine. 8's not too crazy. You weren't going to take 16. How about 17? Alright, Lonzo, you may or may not be expendable. I have not decided yet. Because Lonzo Ball making that money will make him a better trade asset in terms of us trying to get what we're going for. Because we do need to have some contracts if we're going to trade back for Miles Turner. That way we don't have to just solely trade picks. I would like to keep James Harden. Because I'm trying to win James Harden a ring. Because he's never won a ring before. That was kind of the idea of trading for Damian Lillard, the underdog story. I mean, Giannis at once upon a time was considered an underdog. We go get Damian Lillard, create freak time, have this cool tenure that didn't end up working out, and ultimately I'm gonna try to make it work out with James Harden. I mean, we're playing pretty good right now. James Harden being at 90 overall kind of does help, and he is our second best player, and we put up his tendencies, as opposed to him solely just passing the ball. We're trying to make like a pseudo version, like a pseudo Rockets James Harden kind of thing. We could move him to the 2 if we're gonna try to make that like idea shine. 20 points per game, getting 8 assists, he's getting 5 rebounds. He's still getting that steal a game. His shooting splits are decent enough. I like the idea of Giannis at the 5 if we make the playbook that I'm expecting to use. Lonzo may or may not be expendable. We won 65 games. Luka Doncic is your MVP. Cooper Flag is your Rookie of the Year. Malik Monk, 6-man. These all make sense, more or less. Looking at the stats for the year, Ryan Rollins gets hurt. That sucks. Giannis puts up 25 points per game, gets 12 rebounds, some steals, some good blocks. Shoots 55%, cannot shoot a 3 to save his life. It is what it is. Bobby Portis scores a little more. Alonzo puts up 14 points per game on good splits. Jonathan Isaac will be expendable. Vit Krejci could just be our backup. Sam Merrill, although having good shooting splits is not really that vital to my team, so I will consider moving on from him. Ryan Rollins was effective. I would like to keep him. Okay. Getting an idea of what we want to do and what we want to keep. So the idea is to win next year. Hopefully we don't lose round one to the Sixers. We don't. We actually made it all the way to the finals after almost losing to the Knicks. We win in game 6. James Harden, hey, we won you your championship. Congratulations, James Harden. But the rebuild is going to conclude in the second year. The first year is not at all what the point of this was. But I turned up his shot tendency in the playoffs. He went crazy, putting up 30 points per game, 8 assists. I would like to play a few games in the next series. And when I say play, I'm more so just kind of jump in. So the next one that I do, I will do slightly differently. Rudy Gay goes to the Knicks and retires. Sorry, Rudy Gay. So that pick is going to go to the Wizards. Hopefully it's not the first pick. It ended up being the 7th pick. So we didn't really lose out entirely from that trade. We still have Doc Rivers as our coach. We just won him a championship. The goal will be to re-sign James Harden because I'm going to try to win again with this duo. That way when I can actually play some games. But yeah, this really wasn't the best looking championship team. I think we can make some moves to even be better. We have 14 million cap space, but keep in mind we haven't re-signed James Harden. But he went off in the playoff series, so we'll see what we can do. I just want to see if, like, financially, if I can even afford the 2 guys I want. I want this because I saw it in a cool post, and I thought the idea would be interesting. That would require us taking on $29 million. And then you have the, where'd they go? What team did I trade Miles Turner to again? The Clippers, I think it was. Pretty sure I had to give him up for James Harden. Yeah. So I need to be able to take on $43 million. Okay? So I'd give up Lonzo. I'd give up Sam Merrill. I'd give up the $14 million of Jonathan Isaac. I still would have to give up an additional $10 million. I'd probably keep Vit Krejci. I'd probably trade you. I'd probably trade. I'm probably just losing you. Gary Harris would go, and then I'd have to lose an additional $5-ish million. Yeah, I would have no choice but to trade Bob Portis. Oh, okay, so I can make it work, hypothetically. I'm not saying that this is the trade, but if I got rid of all these guys to take on these 2 contracts, I could make it work. So we would have Miles Turner at the 5, Giannis at the 4, RJ Barrett at the 3, maybe Ryan Rollins at the 2, and then James Harden at the 1. That's probably more or less what that would look like. Okay. Nice. Well, RJ Barrett is slightly less important right now than getting Miles Turner back. We already won a championship. Now we got to win Miles Turner a championship because he hasn't won a championship yet. We'll give you Lonzo Ball. You give us back Miles Turner. You think you're a championship contender. Well, I just want a ring, so I disagree. Give you Jonathan Isaac. You say no. We'll throw in Gary Harris. We'll start throwing in some draft picks. We actually have some now. Oh, that might be a bit much. I'll throw in some second round picks first. You can have Yannick Beck. I don't actually really get to use Yannick though. I mean, I'll probably keep Tyler Smith, a 3-point shooting backup center. Yeah, I'm probably gonna keep Tyler Smith as one of my backup centers. So I guess Yannick can go back. I'll throw you 2 second round picks. Okay. Now this is where we throw in that first round pick from the Hawks. We throw in a second. I'm willing to give up 2 firsts if I have to. Okay. Oh, gave up what we had to. We got our boy back. Now let's go to the Raptors. We're gonna try to make this R.J. Barrett trade happen. So Sam Merrill will be part of that trade. Who the hell else am I trading? This small forward, I guess. Give you some depth back in return. Probably gonna keep Andre Jackson Jr. And at this point, it's just trade picks until they say yes. Um, we're not doing another season after this anyway, so maybe we can take pick 19 and give you that next year Wizards pick. What would you say to this trade? I think you are overvaluing RJ Barrett just a little bit. Well, I'm probably overpaid a little, but you know what? That's okay. Bring the band together. Alright, so Giannis is going to go back to playing the 4. So we have Miles Turner at the 5, Giannis at the 4, Bobby Portis is the backup 4-5. We have RJ Barrett, who's going to actually play the 3. We have RJ Barrett at the 3, backed by Andre Jackson Jr. We have Ryan Rollins right now at the 2. You'll be the backup 1, and James Harden we're going to try to re-sign. And now we traded for the 19th pick of the draft, so we have the 19th and the 29th pick of the draft. And we can draft 2 rookies, or we can try to trade up. I'm not trading both picks for Mr. Wooford. No. The Pacers got Jay Huff in real life. Oh, they do in the game too. Never mind. Tyler Smith. I'm gonna keep Tyler Smith as a backup. Yeah, I'll just draft. We're not gonna get any of the really flashy, exciting free agents. It is what it is. Let's see if any trades happen. Oh, the Pistons? Nope. The Wizards almost traded their pick. No trade? Huh. It always stops for a second like there's about to be a trade, and then there's no trade. Weird. Anywho, going to pick 19, we have our choice at a backup point guard. Isaiah Evans. I used to draft Isaiah Evans in these drafts quite a bit. Florian Badunga. Interesting. I don't necessarily have a backup power forward, so that is an option. What you got? What you got rank wise? Season rank, 2K position rank, NBA.com rank. Silas Demary Jr. Hey, there's another Huff. Thomas Huff. Maggie Guatme. What? Relationship non-descriptive. Yeah, fair enough. Interior scorer. I wonder if anyone has like a unique player tag. Mitchell Musso. Promising prospect. Mitchell Musso. I'm going to draft him with pick 29 if he's still available. Is it Mitchell Musso, the guy from freaking I almost said iCarly. The guy from Hannah Montana. Also in Pair of Kings. I might draft him. Javon Sandin could be interesting as well. You have Taj Petway. I might draft Taj Petway, low-key. Isaiah Evans could be cool, but we already have plenty of 4s. We don't really have a backup point guard. I might take Taj Petway. Oh, I just realized Caden Boozer's right here. Caden Boozer could be a stud, too. Mr. Tony Parker. Oh, but you're also Tony Parker, and your name's Taj, and my name's Saj. That's kind of rhyme. I'm sure Caden Boozer's good. I'm going to take Taj Petway. Pick 19. Out of Auburn. There goes Isaiah Evans. Hey, don't take Mitchell Musso. I want Mitchell Musso. There goes Badunga. There goes Sanson. There goes Guatme. There goes the other Adviha. Nicholas Invia, who has a shit ton of freckles. Okay, you took Tom's Huff. I got scared. I thought they were gonna take my Mitchell Musso. You got Donnie Freeman, an interior threat, a versatile defender, and JT Toppin. Kanan Catchins is a rim protector. I'm sorry, a rim attacker. That kind of fits the Giannis idea. Promising prospect. Henry Vassar. Mid-range scoring threat, 7'4". 7-foot power forward specifically is what I meant. Not 7'4". A Jerry Lucas type. You seem like you might be the better player. You're actually a good three-point shooter, though. A promising prospect. A 7-foot shooter. Greg Anderson or Sean Kemp. This has so much more potential. A C+3. B rebounding for a 7-footer. Interesting. Your shooting splits. You know what? You might be promising Mitchell Musso. You know what? I'm not picking you because I've been calling you Mitchell Musso. Your name's Mitchell Russo. You know what? Never mind. Changed my mind. Donnie Freeman. He's got the defense. Does Vassar have the defense? He does. He doesn't have perimeter defense though. And these guys are all more or less kind of in the same tier. You're good at attacking, you just don't shoot. You're good at all the defensive and the rebounding stuff. You're just kind of a poor scorer. Not the best perimeter defender. Better perimeter defender. Better perimeter defender. Okay. I'm thinking I'm feeling Henry. The fact that he's 7 foot and shoots mid-range shots and threes is kind of cool. I mean, I think the backup 4 really is the position to get because we just got a 1. I don't think I really need to prioritize a backup 2. I mean, not necessarily. Because we got Tyler Smith, Miles Turner. I mean, Bobby Portis could go back to playing the backup 5. If Bobby Portis goes back to the backup 5, Tyler Smith is the third center, then we kind of do need a backup 4. We have a backup 3 who I'm fine with. We have a backup 1 who I'm okay with. Actually, we had Vit Krejci who I was fine with as well. So, and you're a good enough defender too. I could just move Taj Petway to the 2. Like, Krejci, you're 6'8"? Huh. You are going to be the backup 2. Never mind. Backup 1, backup 2. Backup 3, backup 5. Okay. Yeah, I'm taking a little too long with this. I'm going to just make my decision, and I'm going to choose to take Henry Vassar over everybody else. North Carolina 7-footer. You get a 73 overall and a 70 overall. That's fine. James Harden obviously declines his player option. Makes sense. He wants more money and or other opportunity, I guess. That's fine. I have no need for those. The bird rights on James Harden, 60 mil? That's crazy. James, we're going to pay you the money, so just time to holla back. Oh. The closest deal you have is a return to the Rockets. That's the closest thing you have to a good contract. I can understand why you were so quick to jump to that. I'm going to renounce my rights to you, and all of you. I'm going to renounce. You want me to match the contract? I'm not matching the contract. Why would I match the contract? I don't really need him in the first place. Okay, I think all I have right now is my my minimum exception. Who do we go get with a minimum exception? Let's go with an extension. A minimum extension. We could bring back AJ Green for the one time. Try to win Derry Bird a championship. I like Harrison Barnes. I wish I could get Harrison Barnes. Oh yeah, I can afford Harrison Barnes. Why can I afford Harrison Barnes? I don't care. I want him, but I mean, I'll give him a 4-year deal. Sure. Why is Trey? Wait. Why is Trey Young in free agency? How'd this happen? And why are you going to Chicago? I don't know. Why are you going to Utah? Wait, I'm confused. I signed James Harden though. I signed him to a 3-year deal. And Miles Turner, where is this money coming from? Why do I just have? I don't know. I have 13 mil for some reason. Fuck it. Give me Harrison Barnes. That's a good value asset to have. What's the minimum exception? Nothing. We can just offer minimums. Okay. I think this actually works out because I like Harrison Barnes. And you know what? I think Andre Jackson Jr. could be the backup too. Sure. Wait, no. Hold on. I have an idea here. I wasn't really expecting us to win the championship year one. Now I'm kind of confused of what the plan is here. But I'm gonna move you back to the 5. I'm gonna move you to the 2. Oh, you're out for the season with a broken ankle. Damn. Well, if that's the case, I might need someone to play backup 2. Harrison Barnes has no business playing a 2. I don't really want to bench Ryan Rollins, though. I guess I'm benching Ryan Rollins. So James Harden, Taj Petway, RJ Barrett, Ryan Rollins, Vit Krejci, Andre Jackson Jr., Harrison Barnes, Giannis, Henry Vasseur, Bobby Portis, Miles Turner, Tyler Smith. You're a scoring big man. How come you're not a 4? Yeah, wait, what about you makes you a 5? I don't know. Just go play the 4. And let's go just sign a decent veteran who can also play the 4. Just so we have a little bit more help there, but can I sign Georges Niang? That actually is kind of a W if I can. If I can sign Georges Niang, that'd be sick. Hell yeah. Why is Benedict Mathurin a free agent? None of this makes sense. Oh, Chris. You know, I would love to sign you. The fact that you're even considering a minimum right now. Like, you're not, like, really... Yeah, you're insulted. Like, you're not, like, really thinking about it, but, like, for a second it looked like he was thinking about it. If you catch my drift. And this is more or less what my team's going to look like. Do I need a backup point guard? I mean, a backup center? Screw it. We'll offer Larry Nance. Should we offer a veteran point guard? Probably. Let's see. Aaron Holiday, Alfred Payton. Derrick Rose retired. You know, there was a point where Frank Mason was a Milwaukee Buck. There was a point. You know what? I'm Indian and I like curry. Give me. Alright, that's it. That's a team. I'm done. I'll move around positions a little bit. I'm going to change our playbook one more time. I'm going to adjust the shot tendencies. I'm going all in. Try to win a championship this year. I mean, this team is arguably better than my last one. I don't even know how the heck we won the championship last year. The Bucks don't usually win a lot of championships in 2K. I'm going to use my favorite playbook, because usually I win with this playbook. Midnight. There it is. So we got Harden, Barrett, Andre Jackson Jr., Miles Turner, Giannis, Bobby Portis at the backup 5, Ryan Rollins is the backup 2, Gretzky, Harrison Barnes and Tyler Smith. Anyone else get benched that I wanted to play? I mean, I kind of wanted you to play. So, get in there. There you go. You can have 10 minutes. At 15. You can... Wait. Aren't you both twos? Wait, what are we doing here? Oh, we're not playing a backup 4. We know Kretke. What's the odds I put you at the 4? Decent perimeter defender. 6'8". I mean, I could play you at the 4. A little bit of a playmaking 4. Could be interesting. I'll give you 10 minutes. I'll give you 13. I'll give you 15. I'll give you 18. I'll give Bobby Portis 21 minutes off the bench. Miles Turner needs to make sure he gets his 30. Andre Jackson Jr. can play 27. All of Giannis' support should be playing at least 34 minutes. Then Giannis can have the rest. I did the most I could to get Giannis help. James Harden, you're still an 86 overall. I want you shooting the ball. Put it around a 90. Put yours shooting at about an 85. Put yours also at like an 88. Bobby Portis should be at least an 80. Ryan Rollins, 73 is fine. Harrison Barnes should be about 60-something. Andre Jackson Jr. will do 60-something. Bit Kretke, I only really want you shooting 3, so I'll put you at 55. Larry Nance, 40. Georges Niang can hit some 3s every once in a while. I like that. That's fine. Let's start simming the year. We'll play a few of the playoff games. We'll jump into some of the series at the end. And we'll try to see if we can win a couple games. It's going to be my first time playing 2K in a while, so if my team sucks, it is what it is. What? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Some text messages don't make sense when you read them out of context. I need to start reading text back like 3 or 4 sometimes just to get context of what people are saying. Sometimes things just come off as so random to me. Also, I just got some points on my Xbox app, so I'm gonna redeem those real quick. Cool. I'm just looking for something to think about while this sims. So, what other stream games are we doing today? I'm probably gonna do a game of college football. I'm gonna play a game as the Georgia Bulldogs. I wanna play a game as the Georgia Bulldogs and get a win. I'm trying to think what college I'm gonna play. I have a couple in mind. I'm thinking I might play Indiana. That could just be an interesting game, just in general. Kirby Smart versus the Indiana college football defense system. That could be interesting. Probably play that one game. I'm probably going to play offense only just because I don't really care to play defense in college football games. It's cool and all, but I feel like the game is just way more like offensive set heavy. Like, I'm sure I could make some big plays here and there on defense, but I think I'll just have more fun just playing offense. Like, not saying that I'll win all the time. In fact, I'll probably struggle at times, but just to make it interesting. And then for Madden, I want to do a Lions franchise. Just to make a long story short, I was doing some 2K and football franchises during the same time where I was really, really busy at work and while I was playing Split Friction with my friend, and I ended up losing a crap ton of franchises that I did between Madden and 2K because something about Twitch recently, or at least maybe it's not Twitch, maybe it's me, but Twitch is only saving my stuff for a week, whether I publish it or not. So I'm finding myself unable to find things that I've recorded and make, and it's just kind of been ruining my mood. Putting all these times and efforts into making what I thought were pretty cool franchises and videos just to never be able to actually do anything with them. But anywho, it is what it is. I'm going to re-sign my favorite player of all time. It's the last season. I don't plan on doing another season afterwards, so I'm gonna give him the super max. I'm gonna give him the shade kind of contract. And going into the trade deadline, um, let's see, league news, social media. I want to see if they say anything about the Giannis contract. Giannis Antetokounmpo must love that home cooking. He's opted to stay with the Milwaukee Bucks for a 3-year, 245. That's precious. The Pacers are making a preliminary call to see who might want to acquire Florian Badunga. You're already trading Florian Badunga? Interesting. Okay, new playbook, new system. Obviously, Giannis shoots a lot of threes. 20 points per game, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, steal, block, little less than last year, slightly better 3-point shooting year. James Harden around the same scoring, doing around the same stuff just in general. RJ Barrett getting his points up to 17 points per game, getting some rebounds and assists, decent enough splits for me. Miles Turner has more people to share the ball with. Obviously, his numbers goes down. Bobby Portis is off the bench. Ryan Rollins is now off the bench. Andre Jackson Jr. having a good year, which is what I like to see. Harrison Barnes, I love Harrison Barnes. Having him here is pretty good. Vit Krejci, we moved him to the 4. He seems to be doing fine. Shooting splits are good. He's just kind of another body there at the 4. Young Tosh Petway has good shooting splits for a guy who doesn't get a lot of playing time. And then you got Tyler Smith, who makes the most out of the little. So ultimately, the team looks good. I don't really have any reason to really explore much of trades. In fact, I can't trade any of my first round picks, and I doubt that there's a trade for James Harden that's gonna make me like jump out of the wall. Like, don't get me wrong, Kobe White's cool. Darius Garland, that's a cool trade, but at the end of the day, I think I'm good with what I have. Like, part of me, like, weirdly would like the idea of Jordan Poole and Trey Murphy, but I'm not giving up on Bobby Portis. Bobby Portis means a little too much to this team. No. Paul George is $50 million. Fantastic. Paul George and Adam Bonner for James Harden. That's damn good. I'm not trading RJ Barrett. We're going out with the RJ Barrett after that meme I saw. It is cool to be able to get Jared McCain, but again, another trade that would make no sense. Quentin Grimes is cool, but no. We're not really using Taj Petway, but still no. Desmond Bain got traded from the Magic to the Clippers in this universe. Interesting. No, I'm good. Cam Thomas went to the Hawks in this universe. Interesting. We can get a backup center in Mitchell Robinson. This trade isn't terrible because Bobby Portis can play the 4. Vit Krejci could go play the backup 3. So it honestly isn't the worst thing ever, but I'm not doing that. Wiggins, I do like Wiggins. I like Wiggins, but still the answer is no. Zach LaVine, cool, but no. Mikal Bridges is another interesting guy to get, but the answer is still going to be no. Shaden Sharp's cool. You know, at the very beginning, I was talking about how interesting it would be to go get Kawhi Leonard. I'm thinking about it. Okay, so they traded Desmond Bain for Kawhi Leonard. I'm coming to that realization now. Jamal Murray's cool, but no. It really is just that one trade I'm thinking of. Only because I mentioned it earlier. Winning Kawhi another ring next to Giannis would be kind of fire. Bobby Portis and off the bench though is good, and RJ Barrett's actually playing nice. We would still get decent production out of Gary Harris though, so that's not terrible. But what are we getting at the 4 here? A 17 point per game scorer, 5 rebounds, great defender. Rebounds is Oh, this is questionable. Cause I kind of want to do it, but I also kind of don't. If I make this trade, right? If I make this trade, Gary Trent Jr. We get Gary Trent Jr. as a 2. So Gary Trent Jr. is the backup 2 on the team. Whatever. What I would probably do is I'd have Kawhi be the 3, Andre Jackson Jr. be the backup 3, and Harrison Barnes would probably play the backup 4? Well, then Larry Nance has to be our backup 5. We're giving up Bobby Portis in this trade, which I don't like doing. But I think it's the only way to make the money. Actually, no, it's not. Actually, probably it is. The Bucks would require $400K more than allowed. Damn. Yeah, no, Harrison Barnes doesn't make enough money. So even if I did want to make that trade, I couldn't. There is a world where I could acquire him if I really wanted to. It's not even like a crazy high upgrade, but like part of me is still interested in the idea of it. I mean, realistically speaking, we probably should just stick to what we have. I mean, because, you know, Kawhi's won multiple championships already. So, like, it's not like we're really... This is odd to me. Trae Young on the Jazz. Dyson Daniels on the Kings. What is happening to Atlanta? Why is everybody just walking out of Atlanta so easily? $25 million a year for DeMar DeRozan. I could get DeMar and a first-round pick for R.J. Barrett. Fantastic. Yeah. Just out of curiosity, I'm just exploring opportunities. That's not happening. Mikal Bridges is actually surprisingly easy to get, but I kind of figured that out earlier. Durant, oh my gosh. DeJounte Murray, Shaedon Sharpe, and Durant all went to the Lakers. Kevin Durant signed to the Lakers for only $8 million. Wow. Wowza. That is wild. Okay. I guess losing LeBron has its advantages. Okay. I could also just give up James Harden, but I'm not doing that. I mean, this trade's also good because I get Gary Trent Jr. back as well, and I just won Bobby a ring, but Bobby's playing center, and if we do this trade, we don't have a good backup center. So if I can find a way to make a trade for a better backup center, then maybe I'll do that because that could be fun. If we can trade Georges Niang, yeah, it's gonna have to be Georges Niang. If we can trade Georges Niang and maybe we can pull him with Petway. If there's a world where we get a good backup center, then maybe. You know I like Tim Hardaway Jr., but I'm gonna have to say no. Also, and Kelly Olynyk. Huh. Don't hate it. Colby, no. Jose Alvarado, definitely not. Yeah. Mitchell Robinson, only worth $2 million. I mean, I could just go get Mitchell Robinson low-key. 2 seconds, Georges Niang, Taj Petway. Okay, hypothetically, we do that. That makes Bobby Portis expendable. Then we could trade Bobby Portis. Yeah, then we could trade Bobby Portis and R.J. Barrett for Kawhi Leonard. And then, I mean, I guess Kawhi could play the 2. Would it be weird to have Kawhi play the 2? What would his overall be at the 2? That's weird, but also low-key interesting. His overall would be an 88. It would literally change nothing. I don't know. I saw that meme, and that's the only reason why I traded for R.J. Barrett. But low-key, yeah, I mean, the Bucks are probably never going to be able to pull off a move for Kawhi Leonard anyway. So, you know what? I think we'll stick with the squad we have. Is it amazing? It's good. It's not amazing. Well, we'll take the risk. We have a good enough record for now. When I actually have to play, I'll probably miss a lot of shots. That's what it is. I was gonna try to make the team slightly different in some way, shape, or form, but honestly, I like what we have, so it's fine. Nope, I'm all set. The Midnight Playbook is one of my favorite playbooks used in 2K. It focuses the most on shot selection outside of the paint. So, just having guys who shoot ball is gonna benefit you. And in 2K, the computer can hit shots, so I don't have to have the best players to have a great team with the Midnight Playbook, but you do need talent to win games, obviously, because you have to play defense still. There's still many other facets to the game than just how well you shoot threes, but ultimately, guys who are not good at shooting will suffer in this playbook. You just trade them, and then you go for win. Last year we had a good record. This year we went 61-21. We did better. Jokic wins MVP. AJ DeBonsta with the Hornets is the Rookie of the Year and your Sixth Man of the Year. Victor is your DPOY. Malach is your Most Improved Center. And Coach of the Year is once again Doc Rivers. And Mr. Ronald Hels is Executive of the Year. Sure, that's what his name is. We're going to be facing that Kawhi Leonard team in the first round. Who's injured? Oh my lord. Above. Okie dokie. Season torn left meniscus. Alrighty then. A series that will rely solely on James frickin' Harden. And it looks like it. You know what? We just simply didn't need him. That's good to know. Didn't need him. I would like you back. Trying to win against these better teams though is gonna be hard. Is Kawhi coming off the bench? What is happening? I would like to know. I'm curious. No, he is starting. Never mind. Franz Wagner's coming off the bench. Well then, I don't know what to tell you. We don't have Giannis. I don't really know why we're winning. Oh, and they have Brook Lopez. What an interesting revenge game this would be. You know what I am gonna do though? Sucks to suck, but no. You know, our doctor's pretty cool and all. He said Giannis is hurt, but like, he'll be like, no, really, he's only out for a day with a broken kneecap. uh, wrong doctor report. Wrong doctor report. He'll be back. He'll be back. Yeah. Mhm. Mostly because I don't have the energy to do another season. And quite frankly, if I'm gonna play games, I'd like to just use the team I put together for like 5 minutes. That'd be awesome. We are gonna keep the fact that we're down 3-0. I'm gonna take a 2-second break. Just go grab something to drink, and then we're gonna jump in, simulate, play a few games here and there, try to finish off the season, and then, yeah, off to college football. Okay, I'm back. But I'm also gonna add in a little forfeit just for fun. If we don't win the championship, I will play another season, and I have to cut Giannis, which means I'm gonna have to pay him and then not have him, and then the rest of my team is gonna be this. So yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen. Anywho, we're gonna jump into the first game. We're gonna simcast it, and I'll jump into the game if it's close, and if I have the opportunity to close it out. If I'm losing by a shit ton, I probably won't. So it really just depends, to be honest with you. You know what? 47 seconds. We're up by 7. Sure, why not? Let's get it. Let's get our touches in. Bobby Portis is injured. Of course he is. Ooh, we get a revenge game against Brook Lopez.
They've got Brook Lopez.
Wait, they have Brook Lopez and Kawhi Leonard, who are on the Clippers. Brook Lopez went to the Clippers. Brook Lopez left the Bucks to go to the Clippers.
Kawhi Leonard out there with Banchero, and it's Peterson in at the point. That's who's out there for Orlando. Now here's Harden. Outside Barnes, over Banchero. Lopez with the steal.
And they have to know that any hope of a comeback is gone.
Well, realistic at this stage of the game, they're going to lose this one, but will they take something from the loss?
Peterson, no good. And Barnes has got the ball here for the Bucks. The biggest lead of the game, 15
Why can't we pass
points.
the ball? All right, passing the ball hard, I guess.
Leonard finds Lopez from outside the arc. Offensive rebound, out to Leonard. Gets the 3 ball to go.
As a big, unless you're a dedicated rim runner, have to be some kind of threat from distance.
And the Bucks call time here. There's 6 seconds left in the final quarter. There's 6 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. They've won it. Next stop, conference semifinals. And they delivered an epic performance. All right, Alec, good stuff there.
That was not at all epic, but Paolo had 24 and 14. Nice. Anthony Black dropped 23 on us. Wow. Fed Krejci with 9. Bobby Portis dropped his 20. RJ Barrett drops his 20, and James Harden drops his 20. So we had 3 guys drop 20. They didn't really score much, and it just seems like inexperience is the reason why the Magic didn't win. Because on pen and paper, that was a better team than ours. Let's see. Larry Nance. We can just play a 9-man rotation. It's fine. Play a little 9-man rotation. All right, let's go face Cleveland. Oh, we can. I hope Indiana wins. But anyway, Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, more or less the same team. Good to know. We'll start off game 1. They win game 1. We win game 2. We win game 3. I'm gonna guess they win game 4. Yes, they do. They win game 5, and now we have to make it. Oh, Jesus! Now we have to make it at game 7. Okay. All right. Yeah. It looks like we're gonna win this game pretty easily. Damn. Damn. 145 to 85. I want to see that box score. What happened? I mean, I'm happy, but what the hell? Box score. Evan Mobley had 17. Miles Turner dropped 36. RJ Barrett with 29. James Harden with a triple-double. Giannis with a triple-double. 2 triple-doubles. Almost 3 triple-doubles. Awesome. Miles Turner dropping crazy amounts of points. We spread the floor. Yeah, we spread the floor, and Miles Turner got to cook. I think it's just that simple. Because he doesn't have Jarrett Allen all up in his business. Who's playing injured right now? Ryan Rollins? Yeah, it'd be like that, I guess. Coming into game 7, consider taking Ryan Rollins out. I'm not going to do that. How about that? We have a little bit of a comeback. I'd like to see it. Nope, we are struggling now. Come back. Come back. Oh, this is not comeback. All right, fine. I guess I'll come back. I have to come back from a 8-point deficit. Okay.
Here's Strus.
Oh, you're going to make me lose to
Cleveland
Max
moving the ball
Strus.
around.
That sucks.
Screen by Allen. Here's Tyson. Trying Tries again, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And so he's picked up his final foul. So he will sit for the rest of this game. The Bucks making a switch here. Krejci's checked in. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
They've been active defensively, rotating well, and then also closing out on shots. It's resulted in a number of blocks.
They've also been scoring on the break. With how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court, anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
They got Jackson. And the Antetokounmpo is out there with Turner. Then it's R.J. Barrett. And it's Harden in at the 1. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Turner finds Harden. Puts up a deep 3. And it's Strus with the rebound.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat chip. Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Chris Middleton.
Chris Middleton.
That'll be his third foul so far.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Bulls checked in, and Barrett gets it to go.
For a good offensive player, you've got to take what the defense gives you. RJ does just that, settles into the mid-range.
Strus's shot is good. Strus has got the lead up to 12 now for Cleveland.
Big miscommunication.
Okay. I'd like to be able to pass it.
On defense, he recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly and capitalizing.
Now here's Middleton. Bangs home the trifecta. Middleton's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And guys, just really impressed. They made big plays when it counted, and that's why it's going to be on to the next round for the Cavaliers.
And they're fully in control now, but there were some tense moments, I thought, for them throughout this game.
Listen, they certainly weren't coasting, despite what the score looks like. I love the way they came together, though, when everything started to look a little dire and really put the hammer down.
And for a series that went the distance, you have to admire how they were able to close it out here as the time winds down.
Yeah, well, you never know going into a Game 7 like this who is going to rise to the occasion. I think they showed they had exactly what was needed, that extra grit and grind to fight for the win, fight for the series.
Huh, I missed. Well, fuck it. It happens. You win some, you lose some. Good job, Cleveland. Cleveland wins. Let's move on. We lose. Oh. Well, whatever. Yeah, I was trying to quit, but I mean, whatever. I was trying to quit, but I wasn't trying to, do that. I kind of just thought it was gonna make me lose, and we were gonna move on. Why couldn't I jump into this game? This looked way better. Maybe Giannis fouled out or something. I don't know. Well, we get to play Cooper Flag, and Cooper Flag's good, and AD is pretty good. Yeah, and Kyrie's pretty good. Yeah, I deserve that. We lose to Cooper Flag. It is what it is. Honestly, I'm gonna speed rebuilds because I got shit to do. Speed rebuilds. I don't think I even have a draft pick. No, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't have a draft pick. Oh, I've picked 29. Oh, let's go. It's a fake draft anyway. Yeah, screw pick 29. No, I can't screw pick 29. I have to draft with it. Sure. Let's go to the re-sign rookie sign. We'll let him draft a 29th pick for me. Who we draft? A 72 overall Philip Sims. Why not? You all decline your player options. I wish you didn't, but you did. Okay. Bird rights, Bobby Portis. Come back. Come back, Bobby. What would you say to 24 mil a year? Kling 24 mil a year. Ryan Rollins, that's a bit much, but okay. 14-20. Make your money even. And RJ Barrett, we gotta give you your money. We'll give you 34 a year. Okay. Now hopefully we actually resign everybody. Oh, that was easy. I might look to trade James Harden this time around. We won him a ring year one. He actually went crazy year one. We have RJ Barrett. James Harden's going to be our trade asset this year. We'll keep RJ Barrett. We'll keep Giannis. We'll keep all that. Let's see. Come on. All right. What's the team looking like? All right. Run it back at the 5. This 4 combo is fine. Small forward could be better. Oh, we signed KCP. Okay, we're winning a championship. We have KCP. Make you the 3. You're a backup 3. Honestly, I might start Taj Petway and trade James Harden. Okay, that's planned. We'll trade James Harden, that young backup power forward, and a future first-round pick. That should be able to get us something. Paul George. Aaron Gordon. That's kind of cool. Drew Holiday. Okay, maybe there's not many options. I was kind of hoping with 2 players we would have... I was kind of hoping with the 2 players aspect we'd have more wiggle room for trades, but I guess not. Alright, we'll save the first round pick then. Just trade James Harden. Tyus Jones and Paul George. F it. Sure. We trade for Paul George. Nice. So Paul George will be the backup 3. I guess RJ Barrett will go back to the 2 again for like the 5th time. And then we bring Tyus Jones as a good veteran backup point guard who will back up Taj Petway. So Tyus Jones to back up Petway, Ryan Rollins to back up RJ Barrett, Paul George to back up Andre Jackson Jr., Bobby Portis, and then either Vitt or Tyler Smith could be the backup at the 4. That could be fine. Sure. Paul George, Tyus Jones, Vitt Kritke. He can play like 13, 14. They can each have 13. You can play 18. Bobby can have about 22? 22? Yeah. 30 for you, 35 for you, 27. Let's increase your minutes, Give you more minutes. Okay. Let's try this. We won year 1 with the Bucks playbook, and I switched playbooks and we lost. We would have lost to Cleveland, let's be honest. So, I'm gonna see if we can win this time around nice and easily. What time is it? It's almost 5 o'clock. Huh. Imagine ducking smoke in Uno. No. I would never do such a thing. Alright. Well, I want this franchise to go out with a bang, so I'm going to hope we get to the championship. I'm going to hope I don't have to play a lot of games. But I'll jump in here and there if I have to, just because I would like to win. I could also win Paul George a ring, so this could be interesting. I already won James Harden a ring year 1. Paul George is making crazy money, though. Well, we paid all of our players, so we're fine. Speed Racer was an absolutely amazing movie. Yes, it was. They made us a Pokemon edition of Among Us for the Sidemen. That's pretty cool. Damn. That Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift engagement is wild. That's a beautiful garden. Damn. Anyway. Funny addition to South Park. I'll watch that later. Went back to 2K16 to win Kobe his 6th ring. That's pretty cool. That's a cool YouTube video I'll watch later. Anywho. 34 and 18. Good enough. Honestly. Anything's good enough at this point. Beat the Knicks, beat the Celtics, beat the Cavs. Yeah, I guess in case I don't win, I should have contracts ready. I have to re-sign you again? Didn't I just re-sign you to like a Supermax? Wasn't that like a year ago? Yeah, screw it. You want to be cheaper? You can be cheaper, I guess. Why not? Paul George? You thinking about retiring? Okay. I mean, if you want to retire, that's your choice, my guy. Oh, we could win Paul George a ring before he retires. Low-key honored. Low-key honored. And we beat the 76ers both times and the Pacers. This is a good sign. Not necessarily for the sake of winning, but for the sake of Paul George being here. We've already won less games than last year. But it's okay. How do we do against Trae Young's team, by the way? Yeah. He's not there anymore. Never mind. Now DeJounte Murray's there? Hey, don't tell me you traded Trae Young to the Lakers for DeJounte Murray. Oh, you didn't. Also, you lost... I think they lost Kevin Durant. Andre Jackson Jr. dropped 30 in a game? You know, Andre? You can be a starter if you would like. Alright, I'm feeling more confident now. We went 57-28. Jokic went to the Warriors. Okay. Elijah Arenas on Miami. Oh my god, hey, remember when I wanted to build around Jet Howard? Remember when I wanted to build around Jet Howard? Well, now he's a 25-point per game scorer. And he gets 5 rebounds. I think it's probably because I made his shot tendency 100. I made his shot tendency 100, and now he drops 25 points per game on good splits with 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. He basically is just taking that Kawhi spot and doing a perfect job doing it, too. Jason Tatum, most clutch. Damn. Alright, well. You are benching him for Paul George. You know, things happen in life, I guess. Giannis, once again, pretty damn good year. We like that. Miles Turner, 18 points per game. Very good shooting splits again. RJ Barrett, about 20 points per game. Another pretty good shooting splits year. Bobby Portis actually averaged 20 points per game on good shooting splits. Andre Jackson Jr. having the best shooting splits of his career. Ryan Rollins, I'm looking at 18 minutes per game. No wonder why I'm confused. Never mind, ignore me. Guys are all playing good, though. Their shooting splits are all good. Like, yeah, all their shooting splits are good. 10 points per game for Taj Petway. He's getting his assist numbers in. Doing his thing. We're good. Yeah, these are good. We're playing good. Alright. Round 1, we face Chicago. Didn't Chicago get a good free agent? I feel like they did. Scoot Henderson, Quentin Grimes. What even is that? I mean, it is good. It's just not at all what I was surprising. No, don't sim the round. I'd like to maybe jump into a game or two. Okay. It might be a game. And it might only be for like 30 seconds. Yeah. Yeah, after that second quarter, yeah. 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 Fuck it, 55 seconds, why not? Let me see if I can get some releases down. So when I actually play a team that's hard to play, I get a shot. And remember when I had Lonzo Ball? That was a good
55
time.
seconds left to play in the fourth. Henderson with it. Down low. It's hauled in by Portis.
You love to see guys challenge one another like that. Advantage to the defense that time.
We've got Henderson. Also Kobe White out there. And it's Grimes in at small forward. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Nice D from Henderson.
Good idea with the fadeaway, but the defense was just all over it.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and
Hey,
game
Bobby
clocks.
Portis used to play in Chicago.
Now here's White. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Takes a 3. It's Milwaukee with a rebound.
Paul George from the logo.
And here's George. From deep three-point land. Off the mark. They've won it. Next stop, conference semifinal. All right, Allie, thank you.
Okay, so we both contributed absolutely nothing. But Giannis having a good game, RJ Barrett a good game, Miles Turner a good game, and Bobby Portis is like, hey, I'm back in Chicago, guys. Yeah, that was the full extent of that. All right, round 2, Brooklyn. Nolan Trier, Derek Whitehead, Jeremy Sohan. Yeah, that's a 4th seed? We lost a game? Huh. I would have been more okay with us losing the game to Milwaukee. Oh, we get our what do you call it? Not we get a revenge game. Orlando gets an opportunity at a revenge game against us too? This is a unique series. Oh my god, I might lose the second game to the Nets. Why struggle to Nets? Why struggle to Nets? I don't know. We just simply... Oh, Bobby Portis got hurt. But yeah, we're struggling to the Nets. We made a comeback in the 4th quarter against a team that's not very good, but whatever.
On the inbound, Jackson kicks to Kuminga. Pass to Sohan.
Ooh, Kuminga off the bench.
Here's Jackson. Rebound
Kuminga off the bench.
They're in good position here to ride it out.
Certainly, if they just play smart, this game's over.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Rollins. Rebounded by Jackson. Shot's good by Whitehead. 5 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And now we've got the intentional foul. And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And the second of 2 is good. That makes it a 7-point lead. And so the Milwaukee Bucks take the series and they'll move on. All right, David,
I don't know why that team was a 4th seed. I really don't know why that team was a 4th seed. I'm now kind of concerned. Anyway, we have what do you call it? We run it back against Orlando. Last time we played Orlando, though, they weren't that great, but they drafted Darren Peterson. He's a really high overall now, so that could become problematic. Or maybe not. Worry about it later. Worry about it later. Oh, lost a game. Won a game. Lost a game. Oh. Yay. Yay. No yay. Not yay. Oh. Oh. Aww. Orlando really gonna have to be the team to do it? Really gonna have to be Orlando? I guess not Orlando. Could still be Orlando. It's an 80 overall in the draft. Not that particularly matters. It has come to my attention that I have things to do, so let's wrap this up. But first, a note from a sponsor. Just kidding, I don't have a sponsor. I will be right back, though. I need to check